allegations of waste, fraud, and abuse in National City. The press conference held today.
El Nino could bring a lot more rain than usual to San Diego, and the city wants residents to prepare now.
California is changing the way you replace the tires on your car.
It's going to increase their cost.
We're breaking down what these new standards could mean for your wallet.
California has strict laws protecting animals, but no regulatory agency, which is why the San Diego Humane Society is pushing them to form one.
It was a place to come and die, and now it's a place to come and live.
Resort-style senior living communities popping up across the country as people demand more from their golden years. We take you inside one here in California. We begin tonight with allegations of waste, fraud, and abuse swirling in National City. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price.
I'm Stephanie Simmons. Both Marcella and Carlo have the night off. Just hours ago, two former members of the San Diego City Attorney's Office held a news conference outlining those claims. News 8's Steffi Roche joins us live now to explain all of this. Steffi.
Well, attorneys from Aguirre and Severson LLP claim that they've been investigating Mayor Ron Morrison, his assistant, and city council members since 2024. Now, the former city attorney Michael Aguirre and Chief Deputy City Attorney Maria Severson say they're digging into what they describe as backroom channels between the mayor, other city leaders, and developers. Severson, who led today's conference, says she questioned Mayor Ron Morrison's recent announcement that he would be leaving office. This as the city is facing a $13 million deficit. The latest development today concerns over procedural irregularities and how a letter from a claimant, Josie Flores Clark, who Severson identifies as the mayor's assistant, was submitted and placed on a special meeting agenda.
September 2nd, 2025, there was an item put on the agenda for a claim submitted to the city. The city gets many claims throughout the years. It's supposed to go to risk management, but this one was different. The city, for what was the only time I saw, had published the person's name and in fact uploaded a 70+ page letter that was called a claim, and it was seeking monetary damages against the city for the mayor's assistant, Josie Flores Clark. Fast forward here to where we are now. In August 2026, you have the mayor's sudden announcement that he's not running. You have the mayor's support and endorsement of those in his inner circle, Marcus Bush, Edward Nieto, so that he can make sure what he set in place ahead of time to help his assistant is followed through.
And there were other allegations raised, including allegations of assault within City Hall. Now, I'm working to get evidence and documents into those claims. Severson told us she had plans to speak during public comment of a future city council meeting. Meanwhile, today we reached out to national city leaders and the city attorney, but by showtime, we're still waiting to hear back. For now, reporting live from National City, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.
Steffi, thank you. The San Diego County Board of Supervisors voted to block Immigrations and Custom Enforcement from using county-owned facilities for firearms training.
The board had been considering the proposal all day, and it just passed hours ago by a vote of 3-2. Supervisors Joel Anderson and Jim Desmond voted against the plan. Since 2024, ICE and CBP have logged nearly 3,400 hours at the Otay Mesa Training Center. After the vote, Sheriff Kelly Martinez said she's cutting off ICE from sheriff training facilities, but she said she is keeping access open for CBP.
Right now, a Padres minor league staffer is in ICE custody. Oswaldo Perella has been with the Padres since 2024. He's been working as a catching coordinator, and he was actually in El Paso last week to help the Padres AAA team. His cousin says ICE detained Oswaldo at the airport while he was trying to fly home to his family. Oswaldo's family said he applied for asylum and is going through the EB-2 visa process, but he did not have his work permit on him. Homeland Security claims that he got permission to stay in the U.S. until 2018, but overstayed his welcome and was not allowed to legally be in the country. He is currently being held at the El Paso Processing Center.
Fire crews are making progress in containing the Sorrento fire. Containment is now at 60%, which is up from just 25% yesterday. The fire broke out on Sunday afternoon in the canyon between Sorrento Valley Boulevard and Carmel Mountain Road. It burned about 138 acres. Authorities took 30-year-old Brandon Glasgow into custody after a person living nearby reported a man walking out of the canyon when the fire started. He remains in custody tonight and is due in court tomorrow. Meanwhile, crews are still working to put out hot spots right now and expand containment of the Church 2 fire. That fire broke out yesterday in Campo, just south of the 8 near Church Road. It burned about 138 acres and is 60% contained. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Well, the weather is gorgeous today, but leaders with the city of San Diego say we could see a big shift later this year.
With El Nino back in the forecast, there's a chance we could see extreme weather. And as 8 News 8's Kelly Hessdahl reports, city leaders want San Diegans to prepare for it now.
The city wants everyone to look around their property, notice if there's any clogged drains or if there's potholes in the streets, report them to the city's Get It Done app. Now, I spoke to a meteorologist with the National Weather Service today, and he says all signs point to this year being wetter than usual.
We are already in a very strong El Nino, and as of today, there is a 91% chance that a strong El Nino will continue through.
And with that, he says now is the time to get ready. Felix Castro with the National Weather Service says we could start seeing big storms as early as this fall. Now, he explained an El Nino basically disrupts the atmospheric pattern, and the result could be more atmospheric rivers in San Diego than we normally see. So a lot of rain in a short period of time. Now, we all remember the flooding back in January of 2024 in the South Crest, Choyas Creek, Mountain View communities where floodwaters tore through neighborhoods. A lot of people lost their homes, their belongings. No one wants to go through that again. So first things first, maybe you're new to the area or maybe you've never checked it out before, but check to see if you're in a flood-prone zone. The city says really there are trouble spots all over San Diego.
High-risk floodplain zones exist throughout the city. You know, you think about places like Choyas Creek, of course, but also places like Sorrento Valley, Mission Valley, portions of the Mission Bay area. A lot of the areas are actually in federally mapped flood zones, high-risk zones.
And so have an evacuation plan ready, have an emergency kit ready. Now, if you're wondering what the city has done to prepare, one of the things they mentioned today is they've doubled their efforts to maintain storm channels. Last year, they cleared 10 miles. This year, they're clearing 20 miles. The city says it also has the proper permits to go in and do the work. Now, you may remember that was one of the issues back in 2024. The city said it had hoops to jump through before it could clear some of the storm channels, though residents said they had complained about them for some time. So the city wants you to sign up for its emergency alerts. It also wants you to take a look at the brand new El Nino page that it just created with a bunch of resources on it. We have links to everything up on our website, cbs8.com. Just click on this story. Kelly Hessdahl, News 8.
Kelly, thank you. Our coverage of El Nino will continue on the CBS 8 app, where you can stream a new series about its impacts and how it compares to the one back in 1877. It's all hosted by Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis. Just download the CBS 8 app on your TV and you can stream now for free. A new state policy could drive up the price of tires starting in the year 2029.
California is now the first state in the nation to regulate replacement tires. News 8 State Matters political reporter Jenny Ha shares why state leaders passed it.
In a unanimous vote, the 5-member California Energy Commission decided to advance this regulation, which has been in the works since 2003. They say this will help Californians save on gas. Others argue Californians could be forced to spend hundreds more on tires.
The state's going to make the decision. In the long run, it's only going to come back to the consumer.
Eli Montero is the lead mechanic at a local Sacramento tire and auto repair shop. Montero says the replacement tire efficiency standard just approved by California will force businesses like his to buy new compliant tires. Those costs will be passed on to consumers.
The way they want to change things up so quickly is a little harsh on the pocket.
But some state energy leaders are pitching the standard as a way for Californians to save nearly $1 billion yearly in gas and electricity while simultaneously reducing carbon emissions.
Given the gas prices of the last few years, we felt like we really need to act on this. We need to give our consumers some relief. If we can get better fuel efficiency from our cars, then we cut tailpipe emissions, which means air is cleaner instantly.
And so starting in 2029, all replacement tires sold for passenger vehicles and light-duty trucks in California must have the same fuel efficiency as the original tires with which you drive off the lot, meaning they must be designed to offer the same mileage and range.
We're ensuring that you're going to get that same fuel efficiency. So really, all we're doing is helping consumers.
The CEC says that means 70% of current tires will have to be modified by 2033. The agency says in phase 1, consumers will pay about $6 more for a set of tires, but save about $85 in gas over a life of a set of tires. And in phase 2, about $26 more per set and $179 in savings. But opponents say at the end of the day, Californians pay more.
Up here, they said there was an affordability crisis. They would tackle the affordability crisis. What happened to that?
State Senator Tony Strickland is vice chair of the Senate Transportation Committee. Back in 2003, he also voted no on AB 844, the bill that allowed the California Energy Commission to establish these replacement tire efficiency standards. In June, Strickland and a bipartisan group of legislators urged a delay in the implementation of the replacement tire efficiency program, noting shortfalls in cost effectiveness, among other concerns.
In our 50-year history of doing energy efficiency standards at the California Energy Commission, we've never done a standard that did not have some industry opposition. But we have to make decisions that are in the best interest of the public.
And for those lawmakers that remain concerned, like Strickland, it's unclear if they may try to counter the CEC timeline via their own legislative efforts. There are some notable exceptions for tires, like used tires, motorcycle tires, and specialty tires. Jenny Hutt, News 8.
Jenny, thank you. California animal welfare groups are pushing for more state oversight and shelters and rescues. The coalition includes the San Diego Humane Society. They want a new state bureau to license facilities, conduct inspections, and investigate complaints. Supporters point to recent cases, including Villa Chardonnay up in Julian, where 728 animals had to be rescued. The group will take its message to the state capitol next week. News 8's Shannon Handy spoke with the Humane Society, and she's going to share more on that proposal in our next half hour. A new housing community for seniors is now open in the South Bay.
Those details still ahead for you. Plus, as California looks for new sources of energy, the concerns being raised tonight over a proposal to build small nuclear reactors on barges.
And amid privacy concerns about the misuse of flock security cameras, there's a new tool to see if one has been used to track you. We're sharing how it works. Still ahead.
And hey, it's Jenny Day here in tonight for Carlene. It was a hot day and we are expecting more and more heat in our forecast the further that we head into our work week. In fact, let's take a quick peek at our forecast highs for tomorrow. We are talking 80s along the coast and then 90s further inland. More details next.